All right, buddy, sit. We'll play fetch in a minute. All right, go get your toy. Go on. Hey, garden friends. Welcome to AJ's Green Thumb. So in today's episode, I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys the results of the Sincere Thanks Appreciation Giveaway. The giveaway ended September 16th, Friday, September 16th. And I have 3 winners. I just used a random picker generator for YouTube. And it just goes through and randomly picks comments, okay, and assigns it to first place, second place, third place, whatever. So the first place winner will win, from their choosing, a pair of high C boots, whatever style you want. And the first place winner is the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. All right, so that's Nikki. Great garden friend. I appreciate her. She is always encouraging, always upbeat, always positive, and hilarious. Let me tell you, she is hilarious. So, Nikki, this is how I'll do this. All right, so I will communicate to each winner via email. I'll just go on their page and get their email, and we'll basically figure out how to have the prizes delivered. All right. Second place is Elizabeth McCoy. Now, Elizabeth McCoy will win 50 bulbs. I wanted to do a specific mix, but at this point, when we get on the email, we'll decide what 50 bulbs package they would like to receive. And I'd also would like to add a subscription to Fine Gardening. All right, so congratulations to Miss McCoy. Third place winner is Roxana from Soil and Margaritas. She will win a subscription to Horticulture Magazine and a fall seed pack. All right, love Roxana. You guys should check out her channel. She is in Indiana, Zone 5A, I want to say. Okay. Roxana is a very talented gardener, in my opinion. She has wonderful talents in terms of flower arrangements, colors and textures of different shrubs and perennials. She is really good at designing beds and borders. She has a wicked green thumb in vegetable gardening as well. Okay, so congratulations to Roxana from Soil and Margaritas. First place winner, Nikki. Don't sleep on Nikki. Nikki has an awesome Zone 7A. She's Maryland Zone 7A, just like I am. She has an awesome vegetable gardening. You guys go to her channel, check her out, subscribe, and you won't regret it. You will not regret it. I mean, she has a warm personality, and you guys will have a ball basically in following her on her channel. All right, so now that I've mentioned who the winners are to the Sincere Thanks Appreciation Giveaway, I'm going to rush over here and clear out this tomato bed. Okay, the tomatoes this season, I gotta say, tomatoes was a hit and miss. When they were producing, they were quickly and bountifully producing. But for the most, this growing season has been a hit and miss. We had severe droughts. August was one of the hottest months on record. Early June was pretty hot. Mid to late June, we got an awful lot of rain. There were some bouts of heavy rain in July as well, but the temperatures were just extreme. All right. Actually, I hear some thunder right now. So like I said, it was a hit and miss for this entire growing season. And so my tomato bed suffered. So I'm going to clean that out. I'm also going to clean out all of the basil plants that I have in there. And I also have some roses that I've hilled in earlier in the season that I need to go ahead and plant out into the garden. So some of the fall crops I'd like to plant, and I'll throw a picture up on the screen. Some heirloom greens, cut and come again mustards. Okay. Some radishes, pink lady slipper radishes. Matador spinach. A little bit of red velvet lettuce. Giant Caesar lettuce. And some giant noble spinach. All right, so let me go ahead and check my app and see exactly when this rain is supposed to get here, because like I said, sounds can be deceiving. You don't know how many times the skies have started to fret and you think you were going to get a downpour, and come to find out there wasn't any rain for that entire day. All right, so it says that it's supposed to rain now. It's 4 o'clock on the dot. 4 o'clock, then 5 p.m., and then we're in the clear come 6 and 7 o'clock. So in fact, I can get some of this done either before the rain or after the rain passes. But then again, like I said, you can never really time it. You can never really time the weather. It'll do what it wants to do, and you know, you just kind of have to kind of roll with it. All right, guys, I'm gonna switch gears and I'm gonna go ahead and clear this bed out and plant some of this veg. All right, guys, so here are my 3 David Austin roses. Not sure how to pronounce them, but they're Rose de Reche, okay? Me, I'd actually pronounce it as, never mind. But they're beautiful roses. I'll throw a picture up on the screen. I'm contemplating just leaving them in place until I'm ready to plant them. And I can always plant my seeds in and amongst the roses in the bed. So that's what I'll do. It has a serious case of black spot. Ugly. This poor rose right here tried to bloom a couple times. And this one right here, well, let's just say it's got 2 long, narrow canes that are trying its darnest. So here's the bed. I'm gonna get some compost, some black cow manure, and some raised bed mix. Mix that in. I've cut back the tomato plants, okay? I've just cut them back. So like I said, I've kept the chocolate cherry. Okay. I'll eat this. Okay, I'm starting to see lightning, and I don't like working in the garden when I see lightning. Real quick, here's a beautiful dahlia. goodness. This one right here is Kelvin Floodlight. It's still blooming its head off. It's got another one right there ready to burst. The dahlia bed is not looking its best, guys. It really isn't. This one is a rising moon trumpet. It's still trying to do its thing. It's still trying to do its thing. But these single petal dahlias are perfect for pollinators because that middle spot right there, I'll throw the name up on the screen, is so accessible. It has all the pollen, all the goodies are in that spot, and that's what the pollinators love. This right here is my Arabian Night. Arabian Night. It has proved to be a very productive and prolific bloomer. And these zinnias, that's generally what happens this late in the season. They start to develop powdery mildew. So there's nothing you can really do about it. I mean, you can come out here and spray crazy, but honestly, I think you'd be wasting your BT and your neem oil. All right. This bed over here, I have been harvesting from these peppers from day one. I mean, and they just keep pumping out these peppers. Granted, I keep fertilizing them, but here's the Trinidadian scorpion right here. When they turn this bright yellow, you know it's time to harvest. These right here, these red pointed peppers are the Cuban, these are the black Cuban peppers. And they're pretty intense as far as heat. All right, so I'm gonna keep these peppers in as long as I can. This one right here has end rot. I'm gonna have to take that off. All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep the peppers. Like I said, they're very prolific. Here's another Trinidadian scorpion. Just booming with peppers. Shout out to Juicing with Jay. I've got some pepper seeds on their way, buddy. Okay? I know you asked for it about 2 weeks ago, but I'm gonna go ahead and mail them out this week. All right, so I've just applied the raised bed mix. And this is a variation of the no-dig method. That's the reason why I just cut the previous vegetation like the tomatoes. Well, I did pull out the basil, but the tomatoes, I left the root system in there so that it can decay and become organic matter for the new crops that I'm about to plant. So, you know, it's not exactly a no-dig method because I am disturbing the soil, but nonetheless, I am just laying a fresh layer of nutrient-rich compost. In this case, it's raised bed mix. I'm gonna follow up with the black cow manure and then just fertilize it, disturb it a little bit, and then plant my seeds. All right, guys. So I like my rows to be straight and even, okay? And I like to measure the distance between each row, all right? So this row is roughly 10 inches, okay? 10 inches from the lip of this raised bed. Over here, I'm gonna put my giant noble spinach. Next row, I'm gonna put a bunch of, and it's not even gonna be a row really, but I'm gonna bunch up a lot of my cut and come again mustards right over here. Over here will be my pink lady slippers radish, followed by matador spinach and a bunch of lettuce on the other end of the bed. The giant noble needs to be planted 1/2 inch deep, 43 days to harvest, and 8 to 10 days to germinate. I think they see all these seeds that I'm planting, and I feel like I'm about to get bum rushed over here. So I plant about 2 to 3 seeds every 3 to 4 inches. And then once they germinate, I'll come back behind and thin it out. And lightly cover that up. Remember, it's only 1/2 inch. You do want them to germinate. You don't want them to be too deep. If they get too deep, they won't germinate. These are planted 1/2 inch apart, 1/4 inch deep, and it take 1 week to 14 days, 7 days to 14 days to germinate. I think I'll break some rules and I'll put another row right here. All right. Don't tell nobody. So these pink lady slippers, rosy pink heirloom radish with crisp, sweet flavor, delightful atop salads or tacos. 35 days to harvest, plant at a 1/2 inch depth, and thin to 2 inches. So after I plant this crop, I'm gonna get some fleece or some very light sheer cloth material to protect it from the birds. And well, water it in prior to that. And then definitely stake that material down so that, you know, birds, squirrels, you know the critters, the list of characters, won't have access to these seeds. So here's the matador spinach, planted at a depth of a 1/2 inch. It takes 8 to 10 days to germinate, and you harvest it within 47 to 50 days, and you space it 12 inches apart. So clearly I'll be thinning these out once they germinate. So mind you, this bed is 4 by 8 feet, okay? 8 feet long, 4 feet wide. So I've got plenty planting space. And I'll just dedicate this area to the giant Caesar lettuce. So the red lettuce will have that little pocket over there, and this entire area right here will be giant Caesar. So giant Caesar, and here's how the seeds look. So if it's a 1/4 inch deep, I'm not even gonna really put any holes. I'm just gonna sprinkle the seeds on top of the soil and lightly disturb that area, and then the seeds should drop to about 1/4 inch. Now just lightly disturb the area. And I've got so many seeds in here that even the ones that don't get buried, they're the sacrificial seeds. And the rest will filter down to roughly a 1/4 inch. And I'm pretty sure we'll have so much germination. Pat that down so that they have good soil contact, because you saw how thin and small those seeds are. So this red velvet lettuce harvests after 55 days, plant at a 1/4 inch depth, and you thin them out to 8 inches. Beautiful lettuce seeds. Again, they're pretty thin, so you sow generously. And like I said, you thin them out to 12 inches once they germinate. Or who knows, you may like them thick. That way you can go ahead and do microgreens. All right. All right, garden friends, thanks for hanging with me on this brief episode where I went over the winners for the Sincere Thanks Appreciation Giveaway. I appreciate all subscribers. I consider them my garden friends. And I hope to be gardening to see 10,000 subscribers. All right, guys, see you on the next episode. AJ's Green Thumb.